agent smiled, sliding the final document across the table. I gripped my pen tightly, trying to steady my shaking hand. At 28, I was about to buy my fourth property, a luxury apartment building in downtown Seattle. But instead of feeling triumphant, my mother's words from 6 years ago echoed in my mind. You'll never own anything valuable, Sarah. Some people are just meant to be renters. The memory transported me back to that rainy Sunday afternoon in my mother's kitchen. 6 years ago. I'm thinking of buying a small condo, I announced during our weekly family lunch. I've saved enough for a down payment. The laughter started with my mother and rippled around the table. My sister Jessica nearly choked on her wine, while her husband Brad smirked behind his napkin. Oh, sweetie, Mom wiped tears from her eyes. With what money? Your little bookkeeping job barely covers your rent. I've been saving, I insisted. And I've started a side business doing financial consulting. Financial consulting? Jessica interrupted. You're just doing rich people's taxes. Mom reached across the table, patting my hand with condescending sympathy. Some people are born to own things, Sarah. Others, well, there's no shame in renting forever. Like father, Brad added, referring to my dad who'd left years ago, allegedly a failure at everything he'd tried. I pulled my hand away from Mom's. My business is doing well. I understand real estate investment and . You'll never own anything valuable, Mom sneered, her amusement turning to anger. Stop embarrassing yourself with these ridiculous dreams. Look at your sister, she married well, lives in a beautiful house. That's how you get ahead. Brad's family money, you mean, I said quietly. The table fell silent. Jessica's face reddened while Brad suddenly found his plate fascinating. At least she's secure, Mom snapped. While you waste time with your little business schemes, playing at being an entrepreneur. Just like your father, all dreams, no substance. I stood up, my chair scraping against the floor. Thank you for lunch, Mom. I won't waste any more of your time. Sarah, don't be dramatic. But I was already walking out, their laughter following me like a bitter wind. What they didn't know was that my little business had already grown beyond tax preparation. I'd spotted a pattern in my wealthy clients' investment strategies. They were all rushing to buy properties in specific upcoming neighborhoods. So I started studying, learning, planning. That night, I sat in my rented studio apartment, surrounded by market research and investment proposals. My phone buzzed with a text from Mom. Hope you're not upset about lunch. Just trying to protect you from disappointment. Some people aren't meant for big things. Love you. I turned off my phone and opened my laptop. On the screen was an email from my biggest client. Sarah, reviewed your property investment strategy. Brilliant analysis. Would you be interested in managing some real estate investments for us? First project, converting an old warehouse into luxury lofts. My hands stopped shaking as I typed my response. I'm in. Over the next 6 months, I worked 18-hour days. My little consulting business expanded into property management. I learned every aspect of real estate investment, zoning laws, market trends, renovation costs. The warehouse project tripled my clients' investment. Word spread. More clients came. I started buying properties through my own company, Bennett Investment Group, big. Small properties at first, then larger ones. Each success built on the last. 1 year after that fatal family lunch, I moved out of my studio into the penthouse of my first apartment building. Now, sitting in this gleaming office about to sign for my largest acquisition yet, I couldn't help but smile. Because this building wasn't just any property. It was the missing piece in my carefully crafted revenge. Miss Bennett. The agent's voice pulled me back to the present. Is everything okay? I signed the papers with a flourish. Perfect. And please call me Sarah. We'll be doing a lot more business together. As I walked out of the office, my phone buzzed. A notification from my banking app. Purchase complete. Oakwood Heights Properties. My mother's building complex was now mine. She just didn't know it yet. 3 weeks after purchasing Oakwood Heights, I sat in my penthouse office reviewing the complex's financial records. What I found was worse than expected. Mom and Jessica, who managed the property for the previous owners, had run it into the ground. Unpaid maintenance bills, skipped safety inspections, and questionable accounting practices littered the files. They'd been pocketing repair fees while leaving the buildings to deteriorate. Classic Mom, taking shortcuts while preaching about proper success. My intercom buzzed. Ms. Bennett? Your sister is here regarding the Oakwood Heights management position. Send her in. I turned my chair toward the floor-to-ceiling windows, hiding my face. Jessica strutted in, designer heels clicking against marble floors. She hadn't recognized my company name on the meeting request. Bennett was our father's surname, which she'd abandoned years ago for our stepfathers. I'm here about the property manager position, she announced, confidence oozing from every pore. Though I don't see why it's necessary. I've been managing Oakwood Heights for years. Yes, I swiveled to face her. I know exactly how you've been managing it. The color drained from her face. Sarah? You're the new owner. I gestured to the chair across from my desk. Sit down, Jess. We need to talk about the $300,000 in maintenance fees that never resulted in actual maintenance. She collapsed into the chair, designer purse clutched like a shield. That money went to emergency repairs. Really? I slid photographs across the desk. Because these show severe code violations. Mold, faulty wiring, structural issues. All reported by tenants and ignored by management. Those repairs would have bankrupted us, she protested. No, they would have cut into your shopping budget. I pulled out more documents. Bank records show the maintenance fees being transferred to your personal account. Care to explain? Mom approved all those transfers. She said. Mom doesn't own the building anymore. I do. I leaned forward. And unlike the previous owners, I actually check the books. Tears welled in her eyes, her go-to manipulation tactic. You can't fire me. Mom and I need these jobs. Actually, I already have. Security is waiting to escort you out. I pressed the intercom. Oh, and Jess? Expect a call from our legal team about the misappropriated funds. As security led her away, my phone lit up with Mom's name. I let it ring. She could wait until tomorrow when she'd receive her own surprise. That evening, I reviewed the new property management contracts. My team would take over operations next week, starting with comprehensive renovations. The tenants deserved better than my family's negligence. A notification popped up on my screen. Mortgage transfer complete, Riverside Estate. I smiled. Mom's precious mansion, the symbol of her proper success, was now under my company's control. She just didn't know it yet. Tomorrow would be interesting. My assistant entered with a stack of papers. The bank finished processing the other properties, Ms. Bennett. You now own all of their mortgages. Perfect timing. I signed the final renovation approvals. Schedule the building inspection for Monday. And make sure all residents receive notice about the upcoming improvements. Even your mother's penthouse unit? Especially her unit. I stood up, walking to the window. It's time she learned what real property management looks like. The city lights twinkled below, each one representing a dream someone told me I couldn't achieve. But tomorrow would bring a different kind of illumination, the kind that comes with realizing your worthless daughter now owns everything you thought she never could. The next morning, I arrived at Oakwood Heights early. From my car, I watched Mom march into the management office, designer handbag swinging like a weapon. Right on schedule. 5 minutes later, my phone exploded with calls and texts. What is this letter? Call me immediately. Your sister told me everything. I waited another hour before walking into the building. Mom was still there, pacing the lobby, face flushed with anger. She froze when she saw me. You, she hissed. You're behind this? I smiled, adjusting my suit jacket. Behind what, Mom? The notice about new ownership? The maintenance inspection schedules? Or the mortgage transfer notification you probably received this morning? All of it. She thrust a handful of papers at me. This company, Bennett Investment Group, they bought everything. The building, the mortgages, even my house. How dare they? I dare quite easily, I interrupted. After all, I own the company. The papers fluttered to the floor as her hands went limp. What? Remember when you said I'd never own anything valuable? I bent down, collecting the scattered documents. Funny how things work out. She sank onto a lobby chair, designer outfit suddenly looking cheap under the fluorescent lights. But your little tax business grew up. I handed her back the papers. Just like I did. Though you were too busy mocking my dreams to notice. So what now? Her voice trembled. You'll throw us out? Take everything. No, Mom. I'm not you. I pulled out a contract. I'm offering you and Jessica a chance to keep your homes with conditions. She snatched the document, eyes scanning frantically. Repayment plan. Maintenance compliance. Financial oversight. You'll pay back every dollar you stole from maintenance fees. Both properties will undergo complete renovations at your expense. And you'll take property management courses if you want to keep working here. This is extortion. This is business. I stepped closer. You taught me that some people are born to own things. Turns out you were right. I was born to own everything you thought I couldn't. Tears formed in her eyes, real ones this time, not the manipulative kind Jessica had perfected. Sarah, we're family. Family. I laughed softly. Family supports each other. Family believes in each other's dreams. You and Jessica? You're just tenants now. Better start reading those lease agreements carefully. As I turned to leave, she called out, "Your father would be proud." I stopped. Actually, he already is. What? Dad's been my silent partner since year 2. Those failures you mocked? He was investing in startups, building connections. When I showed him my business plan, he knew exactly which doors to knock on. The color drained from her face. All this time. He believed in me, Mom. That's all I ever needed, someone to believe in me. I walked to the elevator, pausing before stepping in. When, Mom? The renovation crew starts tomorrow. I'd pack up anything valuable, assuming you actually own anything valuable. The doors closed on her shocked face. As the elevator rose to the penthouse that would soon be my new office, I thought about the journey that brought me here. From a dreaming bookkeeper to a property mogul, from being mocked at family lunches to owning their homes. Success, I've learned, isn't just about proving others wrong. It's about proving yourself right. And sometimes the best revenge isn't taking everything from those who doubted you. It's showing them that you can own it all, while giving them a chance to learn their lesson. My phone buzzed with a text from Dad. "Proud of you, kiddo. Dinner tonight to celebrate." I smiled, typing back, "Absolutely. My treat. I own this restaurant now too." Because that's the thing about being told